Hello everybody, welcome back to a World of Warships video, and in this video I finally, after nearly a month, get to show you a video of the King George V, which is the Tier 7 British battleship. Now there's a lot of Tier 7 British battleships now. There's the Hood, there's the Nelson, there's the Duke of York, and there is the King George V, so let's see how this ship fares. Now I must admit it's going to fare better than the Duke of York. If it doesn't fare better than the Duke of York, then we have a serious problem, because the Duke of York just doesn't quite cut it. Anyway, here we are, we have HE loaded. So now the great thing about this ship is, I'm slowing down here, that's not the great thing. The great thing about this ship is it has a good old-fashioned British HE. This guy has popped in behind an island, he knows what's good for him. I was going in reverse hoping he'd pop out the other side. He fires his shells, he sets me on fire, and so it goes. However, he will be focused by one battleship or the other, and I am turning away. There we go, we can give him a bit of, let's give him a bit of return fire, shall we? And we hit him, and we set him on fire, and probably do a little bit more damage to him than he did to us. And here we go. So basically we're holding the centre of the map. That's what we've been waiting for. Of course we just fire, but we have a rapid reload. Here comes the Gneisenau, which is the Tier 6 German destroyer. Now interestingly, the secondary range on this thing is quite phenomenal. I'm not really too sure what that Gneisenau is doing, but I'm grateful for every bit of assistance that we can get. And I bet you he's regretting that decision right now. And he has a Miyoko who's very likely to finish him off. So I'm going to proceed forward to try and avoid those torpedoes. I'll wear one, possibly two of them. But still, here we go. I'm sort of wondering what he's thinking, to be honest. Only one hit. The game's a little bit like that. Here we go. He's trying to avoid the Miyoko, which is pretty unfortunate for him, because he's not nearly going fast enough to avoid that. Well, the Miyoko got him in the end. Still, he was caught rather exposed. Meanwhile, this Brooklyn is heading out, and we are both down one ship. They're down one battleship, they're down one destroyer, we're down one battleship. We have a lot of destroyers compared to theirs. I don't know. Anyway, they might be down in Brooklyn shortly. Well, that's the Pan-Asian destroyer. There he goes. The Gajimada, and I have a job to do, because he is heading straight towards our cap. We'll give him, oh, he's going to pass the island. There we go, nice miss. He's using his HE. He's heading straight into the cap. Got to judge this right, try and get all of them on. Oh, that would have been a perfect shot before. But as it is, that's just going to frighten him. It's not going to do any damage. He is... Let's have a look. What's going on here with this Gneisenau? Give him a good seeing too. Well, we don't really. We get a couple of fires on him. What is that Gajimada doing? Oh, here we go. That's what we like to see. A little destroyer make himself a nice little target. And we'll give him 4 hits with HE, which is obviously not really what he had hoped. He's fired his torpedoes, I think. Can't fire them from behind that Gneisenau. And I really do need to get him out of the game. And that should probably do it. Oh, there we go. He has got some torpedoes left. but his angles were bad. So, oh no, those are 3 torpedoes. There goes his torpedoes. So the first set of torpedoes was from the Gneisenau. The second set of torpedoes was from the Gajimara. And we do a nice heel to bring ourselves back up. So now we have the Gneisenau. Now what the Gneisenau's doing is this is probably not where the British battleship should be, but we're brawling a German battleship. But his guns are horribly out of position as he's trying to bring his torpedoes to bear. He'd be far better off just hammering away with the guns, but he's not. His guns are slowly turning. There goes his rear guns. His front guns are just well out of position, so he's really disarmed himself. He's got his secondaries, but his secondaries are only 6-inch guns, and he's going to turn around. So we slow down, because basically by the time he's turned around, if we keep moving, he could turn around and get his torpedoes. By slowing down, of course, he's going to be too far away. Go on, give us a shot. So it's got reasonable dispersion, the King George V, not fantastic, but the HE is nice. It's certainly very much, I think the British battleships are very much all-purpose ships. So it doesn't really matter what you're firing at. Admittedly, the HE doesn't do great damage, but it starts enough fires. And 4 seconds remaining. The unintentional Brawler, a battle star, only 1 ship sunk, but a couple of ships pretty heavily mauled, and the King George V. So overall, how do I rate it? Well, it's like a big Nelson with more guns, maybe not quite the same extreme sort of heavy hard-hitting range for its tier. Not as agile and a little bit larger, but still rather comfortable. And when the British battleship line does come out, definitely something I'll be getting. So that brings me to the end of the battleship lines, the plays. I think I've done all of them that are available at this point, and it's only a couple of days until the Blitz pass finishes and the ships become available, and I get to deploy some of the 800,000 free XP that my account has accumulated as I've waited for the British battleships to appear. There we go, 35 secondary battery hits, 53 main battery hits, good long range secondary guns, very worthwhile ship, thoroughly recommended from my perspective, and with great looking camo too, great looking ship. Anyway, there she goes, King George V, thanks for watching, catch you next time.